I'd like to invite our speaker, Professor Gopalkrishna Gandhi, to join us on stage, along with session chair, Ms. Kaveri.
I think Chennai can give Mr. Gandhi a louder applause. He's one of your own. And it's so interesting that in Chennai, you're known more as Rajaji's grandson. Also true.
Chennai is home. Am I audible enough? Chennai is home, not more or less. It is home. Has always been, partly because of the reason you mentioned. Yeah. My maternal grandfather lived here, and because I am half Tamil.
Absolutely. But we are talking about Mahatma today, and I wonder, what would he say about the India of today?
I was sitting here and listening to the last few minutes of the previous session, and I said to myself, this is what one major part of the freedom struggle was about, to give India the democracy and the vibrancy that we just saw three different, completely different opposite views being expressed with such freedom, with such energy, with such, also I must say, frankness. Perhaps it could have done with a little more tolerance for each other. But basically, it was this which was a major part of the goal of the freedom struggle, democracy. So he would have said, to answer your question, Kaveri, I am glad to see political parties being active, speaking fearlessly and frankly, but that is not enough. There is something more to be done to make our democracy real, to make it serve our country more effectively. And what that might be, Kaveri, we can discuss as we go along.
How do you think the soul of India is? What is its health currently?
Your question answers itself. The soul of India is immortal, like all souls are immortal. That is what we believe in. The Atma is immortal. But the soul of India is also very human. It is not made of some mystical spirit. The soul of India is human, and it is capable of feeling pain. It is capable of feeling distress and agony. It is not some kind of a yogic saint above all emotions. The soul of India, and let me here repeat, India, that is Bharat. And Bharat, that is a Mata, has the spirit of a mother. A mother is timeless, but a mother feels. It feels, she feels. She feels for the most imperiled, immiserated first, like any mother does. A mother who has more than one child feels first for the child that is in difficulty. And doesn't matter whether that child is of this or that denomination, but she feels for that child. So the soul of India, the soul of Mother India, is a feeling and suffering soul. Suffering with those who suffer, feeling with those who feel. And we, her progeny, owe it to her, the soul of India.
Just the last question. If he could meet the granddaughters and the great-granddaughters, if Mahatma could meet his great-granddaughters and great-grandsons, as in the country today, what would he say to them? They are in so much pain. There is so much anguish. We may not feel it, but we know it is out there. What would he say to them? Or what would he do?
Well, I think if he were to meet his great-granddaughters or great-grandsons, he would say, "Thank God you don't have my flapping ears. You are so wonderful to look at. I think your mothers and grandmothers have saved you from having my flapping ears." And he would have said to everyone else, "Look, I live for my people, but I also have a family. Just give us a little time, a little free time to be just by my children's children. I have so much to tell them, which I couldn't when I was in the midst of the freedom struggle. I didn't have time now. But now I'm 154 and I need a little time with my little family. So, see you soon."
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening and thank you for speaking to us. And I do recommend this book. It is so brilliant and you really feel as if it's the Mahatma talking to you. It's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to see how to master the art of enduring success and reinvention. It is with a lot of pleasure and pride that I invite actor, politician, film producer, TV presenter, Ms. Khushbu Sundar is here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Please join me with a loud round of applause as I welcome ma'am onto the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have on the stage with us an actress who was actually the first actress ever in India for whom fans built a temple. Right? I think that deserves a huge round of applause because that is the kind of status, that is the kind of icon that this lady has been. And you know, she's been in the films in public life for 40 plus years. She still is relevant and she still continues to make an impact, not just in southern India, but her reach goes much beyond that. So truly an honor to have you with us on this stage of the Southern Rising Summit. A very warm welcome.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Ellarkum vanakkam.
So I have to ask, have you been to this temple and is it still around?
I don't know if it's still around. I have never been there because when this temple was built, I think way back in 91, I was so busy that, and I didn't know Tamil. I couldn't read or write Tamil or understand Tamil then. So, I mean, I didn't find the time to react. And by the time I understood, it sunk in me. There's a temple has been built. It was a little old news, so I didn't want to react then. And I haven't reacted to it till date.
Yeah, so easy, you know, just a little temple that was made. So I love that. You know, 40 years plus in public life as an actress, as a politician. How do you continue to stay motivated? Because, you know, we do manage a lot as women, right? We manage our homes, we manage our children, and you are in very, very demanding industries. I mean, and politics not an industry, but very demanding space. What keeps you motivated 40 years later?
Public life, I've been in politics just for 12 years, but I was literally brought up in cinema. So I don't know anything but cinema. So whatever I earn from cinema, I put it back in cinema. I'm also a producer. My husband is a producer, director. So we don't know anything but cinema. So I think public life, yes, but I also have a very simple motto which says that if there is a will, there is a way. So you just need to find time. If you start complaining that, oh, I don't have the time, then you'll never find the time. But if you have a mindset which says, ho jayega, manage kar sakte hain. So I think anything is possible.
Where there is a will, there is a way. But it still sounds like it takes a lot of effort. So could you explain to us what your everyday life is about? Like, what is the schedule on a daily basis?
My good friend Hasni just said that I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. They know I wake up that early, my close circle of friends, because we have this WhatsApp group, what we have.
We've heard some secrets today.
No secrets, but then we have these lot of WhatsApp groups, the family group, only the school friends, only our 80s gang, and there are a couple of other friends. So it's a compulsion where we wake up in the morning and we have to send good morning message. So if you don't get the good morning message, then it's like, are you okay? That's the first reaction what we get. So they see that mine is the first message, which is around 4:20 to 4:30 is my good morning message. So I start very early because I like to sleep very early. Generally, people around me in my family, they say that after 10, I'm a zombie. You want me to write a will? I'll blindly do it because after 10, you ask me anything and I'll be blurred. My mind is totally blocked. I'm blurred. So I sleep early. I wake up very early. And I like to see the sun rising. I like to breathe the fresh air. So I generally go for my walks in the morning. And of course, when the girls were in school, then the responsibilities were different. But now they both have done with the college. They both are working. So then again, the routine of a mother, you wake them up, you have to send them to school. I make my morning tea for everyone at home. And bus newspaper pado, then me and my husband, when he wakes up, we have a discussion. Then he's out for his work. If I have work, then I leave for work. But generally, my day is around my work and my family. So I wait for the evening to finish and come back home.
Yeah, because at one point of time, Bollywood was like, we are Bollywood and that is the South film industry. And
See,
now you see...
But I don't know, I somehow don't appreciate the word Bollywood, Tollywood, Collywood. I think when you say Indian cinema, let's be inclusive. Why do we bring these barriers by saying it's Bollywood or Collywood or Tollywood? I don't
think
understand.
that recognition has taken place because now the monies are flowing from Mumbai to the South.
No, I'm glad that even a Hindi film says that when a film is releasing, so it says Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi.
Yeah.
So I'm glad about that, the South Indian languages are there.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's now move out of the film world and talk about politics. You're with the BJP now, you've been with the Congress, with the DMK as well. So you have seen how all of these parties operate in the region. In that context, how is the BJP looking to engage the voters in the upcoming general election? Some whispers saying that the Prime Minister may contest from a seat in the South to connect with the region more. So I want to understand, what is the game plan for the BJP when it comes to southern states?
I think we should not give in to the rumors or start believing whatever the WhatsApp forwards are. I think we should give time because we have 5 state elections coming up. So the concentration is more there. 2024, once this is over from January, we will start. I think the only way when we see our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has always spoken about South, especially Tamil Nadu. Tamil language being the oldest language, or whether it's about Sengol being placed in the new Parliament House, or every time quoting Trivallur or Bharatiyar. So I think he has always stayed connected. Or even when you had the Chinese premier coming, he took him to Mahabalipuram. So I think the connection what he has with Tamil Nadu, the kind of love and respect he has towards the language, I think it's for everyone to see.
Okay, final question, and to end on a lighter note, the world is a fan of you, South India is a fan of you, India is a fan of you. Who are you a fan of? And I'm not asking about political leaders, but who are you a fan of?
I grew up on Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. I still have his posters in my bedrooms. And on my wardrobe, I have a nice poster of Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. And I compensate with one poster of my husband because I don't want him to feel low. So I also have a poster of my husband. So he looks at Amitabh Bachchan, he said, okay, I know this is for compensation, but it's okay, I can manage. But I'm a huge Kamal Hassan fan. I'm a die-hard Kamal Hassan fan, and I'm a Karthik fan.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to really have you with us over here.
Thank you so much. Wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Joining us on stage, we also have our session chair, Mr. Anantnath Jha, who's going to be driving this conversation. And I also feel like I should let you know that this session, you're not only going to be enjoying the conversation, but some great music as well. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to our speakers. We've got our session chairman, Mr. Anant, leading the session.
So in the music circles, Mahesh is known as the iPad musician. So you want to just show them what you do on that thing, yeah?
Sure. So, this is my instrument. It's an iPad. Yeah?
Don't worry, Nandini, we'll come to you right after this.
So, as you can see, this is the app that I play. It's called GeoShred. And now, there are a lot of boxes on the screen. Each of these boxes represents a different music note. So if I play, so each click or each press plays a different note. What makes this app unique is the ability to press on a note and slide. So that sliding functionality allows me to play Indian music. So in Indian music, we have a concept called gamaka. In Carnatic music, it's called a gamaka. So it's like... So that's what it allowed me to do.
Wonderful. And for all of us who've been just watching movies on our iPads, we feel like, okay. Okay. So, Nandini, you also come from a family of very renowned musicians. How many Padma Awards in your family?
So, technically, I'm the 8th generation of musicians in my family.
Wow.
And
no pressure.
And my grandmother is Padma Bhushan Dr. N. Rajam. Her brother is the late Padma Bhushan Professor T.N. Krishnan. My grand uncle used to play Carnatic violin, and my grandmother plays Hindustani. My mother is a violinist, so is my elder sister Ragini. So music runs in the blood, literally.
So I'm sure in your family on birthdays, you just get musical instruments. Nothing else, no other toys.
I have never bought an acoustic violin in my life. It's just passed on from generation to generation.
He's playing it very safe. Since you mentioned that song, the one that probably got you together and got you where you are, the Kapi dance, could we have a rendition of it?
Sure, sure.
Should we? Can we have a round of applause for them? Wonderful. Is your entire house soundproof? Because both of you must be making a lot of noise in terms of music.
So, yeah, of course, we're always, but we have fun too, right?
I can see that, and so can everybody else.
Just like in every South Indian family, music and dance are the main extracurricular activities. The importance of a solid education cannot be undermined, even if you're the 8th generation of musicians in the family.
I will be doing them an injustice if I don't tell them about your latest album. You and your sister, you came out with an album. Tell us something about that, Nandini.
Right. So, right as COVID started in May 2020, me and my sister Ragini, we were approached by UMG, Universal Music Group USA, which is among the biggest labels in the world, to write an album for them. So we were very excited, and that album is produced by Nick Patrick, a British record producer. All the tracks are arranged and mixed beautifully by Mahesh, and it's a fusion of sorts in the sense, we have tried to combine elements of Indian classical, both North Indian and South Indian, with various influences across the world.
We're not going to let them go just like that, huh?
We have a surprise for you.
Yes. So why should I spoil it? Go ahead. Thank you so much for coming to the Southern Rising Summit 2023. Wonderful having you here.
जैसे ही घड़ी का काटा दोपहर 2:30 पे आए, बबीता जी का दिल सास बहू साजिश के लिए मचल जाए। और ये है इनकी बहू, पूरे दिन ऑफिस की टेंशन हो जाए गॉन जब ये करें अपना फेवरेट शो फ्री टाइम पे ऑन। इनकी तरह आप भी देखें अपना फेवरेट शो अपने टाइम पर और डाउनलोड कीजिए एबीपी लाइव ऐप अपने स्मार्ट टीवी पर।
एबीपी न्यूज आपको रखे आगे।